trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Don't rely on your own understanding. Remember that sometimes we move by faith and not by sight. That if God has us in a place of process and preparation, that at times that means that we have to lean into it with prayer, with fasting, with understanding, and with movement. It does mean that we have to practically think about how we are being changed and the why behind it. Lord, why am I in this season and why now? Results are not going to come by us waiting for perfection or us waiting for certainty. Sometimes it's going to come by us pushing ourselves to do things that make us feel uncomfortable, to challenge ourselves, to not wait for validation, to not wait for someone to affirm us, to not wait for someone to agree with us about what God has told us to do. Sometimes, y'all, we will feel like we're alone, that no one understands what God put inside of us. And those seasons of transition, that part of it is not easy. But if you want to move and you want to meet God where he is and move from where you used to be to where God is calling you to, it's going to require a new level of discipline. It's going to require a new level of faith. It's going to require a new structure and intention. And it's going to require all of us to push past how we feel. Because quite honestly, right now, y'all, my motivation stinks. And finding the time and the motivation and the energy to do the things that I know I need to do, it's been so hard. And yet, here we are, right? Because we can't meet God where he is, staying still. In Luke chapter 4, 28 through 30, the Bible says that a mob got angry with Jesus after he spoke in their synagogue, and they attempted to try to hurl this man off of a cliff. Whenever you're trying to do something great, whenever you are transitioning, whenever the Lord starts to move you, it is not going to be without opposition. And what we want to do is stand still because we don't want to deal with discomfort. We don't want to ruffle feathers. We don't want to make other people uncomfortable. Well, you won't be able to move past where you are if you don't challenge yourself to sit with your own feelings and to manage them. We need a margin of space in our emotional capacity where we're not just intellectualizing our way through life, but we're also able to manage our feelings of discomfort, of fear, of insecurities, of self-doubt, because God has called us for more. I am the purchased possession. I am not the prize. I am the redeemed. And I have to believe who God called me to be, even when I don't see the best in myself. It's not about being perfect. It's about being disciplined. It's about doing things with excellence. It's about getting past yourself and your own fear and not thinking that you have to be validated by everybody in order to do what you have to do. We all have areas in our lives where we're not the strongest, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't move forward. Those are areas where we need to implement more strategy, structure, mentorship. And most importantly, we have to acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge that there are areas in our lives where we're not perfect, where we struggle, where we need help, and not be afraid to ask for help because we don't want to burden other people. We got to get over it. We have to get over it. That's really just an excuse. It's an excuse based on fear. It's an excuse based on not wanting to move forward. Sometimes we just have to say, look, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of shame and public ridicule, criticism, or humiliation. And those things are all real. We can't avoid it. It happens. And sometimes it might happen, but that's life. And quite frankly, some of the thoughts that we have about ourselves are worse than any other thoughts that other people might have about us. We talk ourselves into staying the same. My challenge for you is that you lean into what God is doing in the season. You also create strategy, write the vision, make it plain, and then don't forget to ask for help. Do a SWOT analysis on your own life. Do a SWOT analysis in your walk of faith, and then ask God to bless you and to talk with you about strategy. Get a mentor, get a therapist, get a life coach, Get someone who knows what they're talking about, your clergy, your pastor, someone with a track record of being right, and someone who is effective. You can see it in their life and in the lives of those that they have helped. All right, I pray that that is helpful for you. I hope that you feel encouraged, and I hope that you keep pushing yourself forward. Okay, take care.